You may often wonder, where does my energy really go? Especially after reviewing your energy bill. Believe it or not, about 90% of the energy used for washing clothes in a conventional top-load washer goes to heating the water. So using cold water for most of your washing needs will immediately allow you to begin saving. If you've been thinking about replacing your old air conditioner, that may be a great way to save on your summer energy costs. Purchasing a new Energy Star rated efficient model could possibly save you up to 50%, so you get to be cool while being green. Upgrading your refrigerator to an energy efficient model can also help you save on your energy bill. Out of sight, out of mind. Unsealed ducts in your attic and basement lose air or energy. You could liken this to your furnace being sent on a trip but getting distracted along the way, leaving through the poorly sealed ducts while taking your money with it for the ride. A qualified professional can help reduce that 60% of heated air loss. Lighting in an average household dictates 11% of the energy bill. This can be improved dramatically with the technology of a LED light bulb that uses approximately 90% less energy and can last up to 25 times as long. Saving energy starts with understanding how energy is being used within our home. When we think about energy efficiency, some of the first activities we usually think of are turning off lights and turning down the thermostat. Both activities are important, but to truly create an energy-efficient home, there are additional activities and principles that can help you achieve your energy efficiency goals. We would like to introduce two principles that will help you get started. First is CHESS, which stands for Comfortable, Healthy, Energy-Reducing, Money-Saving, and Safer Home. When we put this into practice, we ensure a home's comfort, health, energy, savings, and safety work together to create an energy-efficient environment. The second principle in being energy smart is the energy equation. There are three factors that make up the energy equation that will help you understand your energy usage. The first is occupant behavior. Occupant behavior refers to your energy habits and the energy habits of those who live with you. The second is house shell, which determines how well our homes can shield the interior from the outdoor elements. And finally, house systems, which refers to energy and water-using appliances and systems in your home. By applying these low or no-cost methods, you can take control of your energy usage, saving up to 30% on your yearly utility. The first factor of the energy equation is occupant behavior. This refers to your habits and the habits of those who live with you. Let's focus on occupant behaviors, which offer the easiest opportunities to save money by making low or no-cost changes in your home. One of the simplest and most effective ways to save money is to turn down your thermostat. Turning down your thermostat by just 1 degree will save you 3% yearly on your energy bill. When it starts getting chilly outside, keep that thermostat turned down. Grab a cup of hot cocoa, pull out those slippers, and put on a sweater or light jacket while indoors. Do yourself a favor. Save the beach attire for the tropical vacation that you'll be able to afford with all the extra utility savings. When you go to bed, put your furnace to bed too. Insulate yourself and your wallet with that extra blanket rather than paying all night to heat all that space in your entire home. Plus, cooler indoor temperatures will give you a better night's sleep. You can also see savings by turning down the dial on your water heater to 120 degrees or a setting that is in the medium to low range. If you can't hold your hand under the hot water, turn it down and see the savings rise. Also, wash your clothes in cold water instead of paying extra to use hot water. Cold water is better for your clothes because it helps to release the stains rather than baking them in the fibers using hot water. There are some other no-cost ways to save money that we may think of as old news, but when incorporated into your normal habits and routine, they can have a huge impact. Turn the lights off when you leave a room. Turn off the water when you're brushing your teeth. and unplug. The second principle of the energy equation is the house shell, which determines how well our homes can shield the inside from the outdoor element. For now, let's talk about the house shell. The house shell is the barrier between you and the outdoor element. If the house shell isn't sealed properly, the temperature inside of the home will mirror the weather outside the home. That means that in the winter, your home will be cold and drafty, and in the summer, the home will be hot and stifling. Most people's heating and cooling bill is 60% of their total utility expenses. To keep your home more comfortable and affordable, it's necessary to find and fix air leaks in your house shell. Let's look at some methods of doing this. Step 1 of improving your house shell is finding air leaks. One simple way to do this is to conduct something we call the wet hand test. Dampening the palm of your hand allows you to feel cool air easier. Move your hand over a spot that you suspect could have an air leak. If you feel cool air, you know that you have discovered an air leak. You can also do something that we call the daylight test. To do this, all you will need is a bright sunny day. Stand in front of your closed front and back doors that lead outdoors and check to see if you can see daylight coming in from around the door. If you can see daylight, then you have discovered an area that cold and hot air can easily leak into your home. Remember that heat rises, so you will need to check high and low in your home. Places such as the fireplace, underneath sinks where holes have been cut to install plumbing, and baseboards along the bottoms of the outer walls. Let's look at a few materials that we can use to ensure that our house shell is sealed properly. A door sweep is the perfect way to block out the air that could be leaking from the bottom of your doors. If you have air leaking from the sides of the door, we recommend that you use V-seal or another type of weather stripping. For the windows, we recommend that you use rope caulk for a temporary seal, followed by a window kit that will block cold and hot air from leaking into your home. If you have outlets and light switches on the outer walls of your home, it's possible that air is leaking in through those as well. For those leaks, you can install insulation around the outlets called socket and outlet sealers. These can be found in most hardware stores. There are many methods and materials to ensure that your house shell is sealed properly. We could touch on a few here, but we recommend that you check. The third and final factor in the energy equation is house systems, which includes all energy and water-using appliances and systems. Let's talk about how to use house systems efficiently. The house systems are the energy and water-using appliances and systems in your home. One of the largest energy systems is your furnace. If you have forced air in your home, it is important to pay attention to the state of your furnace filter. It is recommended that the furnace filter be replaced every 3 months in the winter, every 30 days in the summer, and once a month year-round if someone in your home is diagnosed with asthma or other respiratory conditions. Doing this will improve the air quality in your home and will save you money, as your furnace filter affects the amount of energy that the furnace uses while running. Another important appliance in your home is the water heater. To save money on water heating, simply turn the temperature down to 120 degrees, which is normally the low setting on the water heater. To save money on lighting in your home, simply replace traditional incandescent light bulbs with more efficient lighting options, such as CFLs or LEDs. While these lamps may cost more off the shelf, they'll save you money in the long run, as they use significantly less energy than their counterpart. Electric heat is very expensive, so carefully consider whether to use a space heater. It may be better to use an electric blanket as an alternative, because they consume a very small amount of electricity in comparison. There are many weatherization items that can help you to effectively generate savings and add comfort to your home. Rope caulk can be used for sealing gaps and holes around a window. Apply the caulk into the spaces that need to be filled. This material is reusable, so you can go back later and remove for painting, repair, or to use a permanent solution like silicone or acrylic caulk. If there are small to medium gaps around doors, window frames, or wall joints, acrylic or silicone caulk can be applied using the caulk gun. You can also apply caulk to exterior windows and door frames to get total outside-in sealing. Window kits are great for blocking drafty windows throughout your house and can be used year-round. Window kits work at their best when paired with rope caulk or silicone or acrylic caulk to seal the window. V-Seal Weather Strip is a great solution for a drafty door. House settling can cause doors to shift, creating gaps between the door and frame. V-seal weather strip can be applied around the door frame to trap the air that wants to enter your home during the winter or summer months. Point the wings of the V-seal weather strip toward the outside. This creates a valley that traps the air from coming inside. Used much like V-seal, foam weather stripping should be installed around the door frame, effectively filling the gap and sealing your door when closed. The adhesive on the back makes for easy installation. Just make sure to cut out a section where the door lock can still close properly. Door sweeps are relatively simple to install and immediately begin protecting your home from cold drafts. Measure the length of your door and cut the sweep to fit. It's important to remember that the door sweep is always on the interior of a door, and the cut edge should be placed on the inside of the door where the hinges are located. Make sure the rubber sweeps the floor. LED bulbs typically use 25 to 80% less energy than traditional incandescent bulbs. A 12-watt LED offers 75 to 80% energy savings when compared to a 60-watt traditional. The life of the LED can be 3 to 25 times longer depending on the number of hours used daily. A good guide is to expect 10 to 15 years lifespan for 3 hours a day of usage. Grocery store bags can be recycled as gap fillers for walls, windows, door jambs, milk chutes, or doorstep plates. You can use a butter knife to push the bags into the spaces you are filling. Plastic bags provide 2 levels of weatherization. First, wind and air are blocked by the plastic material. Second, plastic bags are a vapor barrier against moisture. If you need a large gap filler that is a permanent solution, spray foam is a good option. The electrical sockets throughout your house can all be addressed by switch and outlet sealers. The foam material is fire resistant, in addition to the air-stopping barrier it provides for those electrical cutouts in your Have you ever wanted to be an investigator or a detective? Well, you and your family can create a family plan as eco-detectives. This means that your job is to investigate the multiple ways you can save on energy and water for your family. Get the entire family involved. Become eco-detectives together so that you all can contribute to creating an energy-efficient home. Switch it off. Start on one floor of the house and look for any devices that may have on or off buttons like TV, DVD player, video game consoles, radio, lights, or fans. The best thing to do is for everyone to turn these devices off whenever the room is empty. It's important to remind your little ones to keep the fridge door shut. Refrigerators are one of the biggest energy guzzlers in your home. Bundle up. As an eco-detective, a reminder to turn down the thermostat or avoid using an electric heater can be suggested by having blankets, comforters, or electric blankets available in rooms that tend to get cold during the winter. Also, having a special pair of socks for the den or living room is a great way to keep your feet warm. Adding an additional layer of clothing while in the basement or other drafty rooms is a great way to keep that thermostat turned down to 65 degrees. Layer up with multiple blankets to stay warm through those cold winter nights. Check for sneak leaks. Put your detective skills to the test by searching your home for hidden air leaks. Have them feel around doors, windows, and under sinks to check for cool air. They can even make a list or draw a map of the house that includes all the leaks that are detected. Try something new. Do some sleuthing to find old light bulbs. If your light bulbs get too hot, they are wasting energy. Be sure to tell children to use care when checking light bulbs because they can be very hot to the touch. Make an action plan. Now that your findings are complete, sit down as a family and create an action plan that everyone can follow. Once it's finished, be sure to post the plan in a place that everyone can see. When reviewing your monthly bill, make sure to check these 3 items: name, account number, and address, which are on the front of the bill, and meter numbers, which are usually on the back. You want to be sure you're paying your charges and not someone else's. It's important to understand how your energy usage is calculated. Electricity is measured in kilowatt hours. 1 kilowatt hour equals 1,000 watt hours. The number of watts used multiplied by hours of use equals your power supply charges. Gas is measured in century cubic feet. 1 century cubic foot is the size of a 12 by 12 by 12 box. You should see a bar graph on your bill. This graph is like a report card, which reveals your monthly energy usage. Your bill may have 2 different graphs for gas and electricity. Abrupt spikes may indicate changes in occupant behavior, additional appliances, metering issues, or energy theft. Check to be sure that you're receiving an actual meter reading instead of an estimated reading. This is to ensure that the charges you are receiving are accurate. Estimated versus actual readings can lead to compounded charges in the future. The number correlated to your meter reading, you will see the words actual or est. Make sure you read any notes from your utility provider. These sections contain useful tips about what to do in the instance of a power outage, gas leak, how to report energy theft, and other imperative information. Energy providers cannot just charge you whatever fees they decide upon. They are regulated through the Michigan Agency on Energy, which is a consumer agency that approves utility rates as well as addressing unresolved service and billing issues. When considering alternative gas providers, it's important to know that you are still responsible for gas delivery charges through your existing utility provider. Alternative gas providers' rates are unregulated, so be aware of misleading marketing, confusing fees, and difficulty canceling services. Changing your furnace filter regularly helps to maintain healthy air quality. We recommend changing your filter every 3 months. If you or someone in your home has respiratory issues, consider checking your furnace filter monthly. Smoke detectors should be installed on every level of the home, with an additional carbon monoxide detector in the basement for any water tank or furnace-related issues that may arise. Additionally, heating with ovens, stoves, grills, or indoor fires is extremely dangerous because the poisonous carbon monoxide gas is not vented outside of the home. Never run your generator inside a home or enclosed space. Generators should be kept at a minimum of 15 feet from the home. Be extremely cautious when using both kerosene and electric space heaters. According to reports, 79% of home heating fires resulting in fatalities involved space heaters. When using space heaters, be sure to never leave unattended, near children, or running overnight. Remember to keep the area around the heater free of obstructions, and always use a heavy gauge extension cord to avoid electrical fires or shortages. Energy theft is extremely dangerous, and to minimize the risk of property damage or injury, the utility companies have a zero-tolerance policy. If you suspect energy theft, contact your local utility company. If you or a member of your household has a proven medical emergency, you may be eligible to receive protection from utility shutoff. Contact your utility company for more information. Lead is a toxic metal that was added to many residential paints before 1978. Lead poisoning can have devastating effects on children's growth, brain development, and behavior. Contact your city's health department if you think you or your family may be at risk for lead poisoning.